Hi, thanks for checking out treadmillreviews.com. Today we have another in-depth review for you. We're going to be looking at the SOLE S77. We give this treadmill a 4-star rating on our website. Currently it's listed at about $1,899, but the price fluctuates, so you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at current prices. There are also promotions to consider, but we do categorize this as a great treadmill for under $2,000. So let's take a look at the general specs for the S77. This treadmill has a really sturdy, solid steel frame. There are a lot of exposed metal parts, which I think are more beneficial than a lot of the treadmills that have plastic components covering the metal. They powder coat the metal pieces, so they're easy to clean. You don't have to worry about breaking plastic pieces and components. And there's always kind of a problem with the plastic components, especially like the arm rails, where the seams don't quite line up when you assemble them. So you eliminate that here. They also have the metal side rails, and where a lot of these treadmills also have plastic down in the side rail and on the sides right here, this treadmill doesn't have that. It's all just a powder coated metal with a metal side rail. And it just is a lot more durable than those plastic pieces that easily get broken if they're kicked or just misused in any way. Another great thing about this treadmill is it has one of the highest weight capacities of any treadmill you could purchase. It has a 400-pound weight capacity. You'll see higher end treadmills that are limited at 300 pounds. So the 100-pound difference, this is gonna make a big deal for anyone that's worried about coming close to that weight capacity. It's really strong and durable. It has a 4.0 CHP motor, which again, just adds to the durability of the SOLE S77. It has a lifetime warranty for the frame, deck, and motor. There's a 5-year warranty for parts and electronics, and then a 2-year warranty for labor. So again, great warranty that's comparable to basically every other treadmill in this category. The running surface is large. There's a 22-inch by 60-inch running surface. That's great. One of our testers is 6'6", and he fits comfortably on this treadmill. And then, any smaller of a user is gonna feel fine as well, because you can get nice and close to this console and have no problems. The belt is a 2-ply belt. It's pretty standard for treadmills in this price range. The only time you really want to consider the difference in the belt is if you're looking at a much less expensive treadmill where they'll have maybe a flimsier belt. But you can expect a 2-ply for treadmills in this price range. There is a 0% to a 15% incline, so there is no decline feature on this treadmill. And then it has a max speed of 12 miles per hour, which is, again, a standard feature. They do also have their Cushion Flex Whisper Deck technology in this treadmill, so there is a cushion in the deck. We'll see that later as we run on it. But it's supposed to eliminate up to 40% of your impact, so it is a nice bounce, and you can feel it when you step onto the treadmill and run. The SOLE S77 is not a folding treadmill. There are plenty of options out there for treadmills in this price range that do have a folding ability. So if that's something that you need, this one's not going to give it to you. It's a slightly heavy treadmill. It weighs about 258 pounds. Because it's not folding, it's just a little bit more awkward to move around. You'll definitely need 2 people to move this, from one room to another. It is possible to move around slightly by yourself. However, it is really heavy. You can actually, so there's wheels right here on the back end, and I'll show you how it moves. And I'm pregnant and I can move it myself. It is pretty heavy, so you gotta remember there's a bar right here, and if you lift with your legs, you can pick it up like this, and then it pivots and moves very easily on the 2 back wheels. The tricky part is just getting this end of the deck off the ground. But that being said, if I can do it, it's capable, people are capable of doing this on their own. But if you're moving it, up a flight of stairs, from a truck to a new house or anything like that. It's going to take a couple people to move this around. The SOLE S77 has plenty of your basic features that you can expect from this sized and this priced treadmill. They're not outstanding. You can compare this treadmill to a few others and you'll see that it is maybe a little bit lacking in functionality and versatility. Right here on the console, you'll see that there's a fan and it adjusts, but it's not a very strong output. So I wouldn't, buy this treadmill for the fan, definitely. And then it's on or off. There's no adjustments to the fan. The treadmill has plenty of storage, which is great. So you have these two cubbies up here. There's also an additional tray along the bottom that you can see in photos where you can fit a couple more water bottles or something else. There are speakers in this treadmill, so you can see them right here in the console. You just plug in your device to the audio jack right here. And then the volume's controlled from your device. So the speakers are really basic. There's nothing super impressive about them, but again, they don't, there's no scratchy sound. It's a decent quality speaker. There's, your standard safety key right here that can attach to you while you're running. They've also got the incline controls and the speed controls. They call them like quick access, so you can jump between different intervals. But they are missing options, which is, I think, a little silly. There are treadmills that have the full range of their incline and the full range of their speed to choose from. But to bypass that, you'll actually just use the controls on the handrails. You can see them right here in the corner of your screen. They're just, buttons right there on the handrail. They're kind of inconveniently located. Because you have such a small handrail to work with, it's very easy to accidentally grab your handrail and then bump one of the adjustments and, send your incline going somewhere you don't want it to. Yeah, other than that, we've also got standard heart rate with this treadmill. You have the hand grips right here. They're, pretty unreliable. As for just about every other treadmill, these hand grips are kind of a thing of the past. They are all slowly being replaced by the chest strap monitor. A lot of treadmills will come with a free monitor, and then it just Bluetooths to your treadmill, so you see an accurate read, a real-time read of what your heart rate is. With the S77, you'll get to see what your current heart rate is, but it'll also tell you what zone you're in. So if you're targeting heart rate zones for your workout, you can see where you're at. This heart rate monitor itself isn't one of my favorites. There are more comfortable straps that don't have all this plastic in there, but you can replace the battery when the battery dies, which is great. You can clean all of it really easily. This elastic strap comes off and you can throw it in the wash. You can wipe down your plastic part. It's a good accessory to have, so that comes free with the treadmill. Now we'll take a closer look at the S77's display. This is a 10.1-inch LCD display. It's not a touch screen, even though it kind of looks like it. You control everything with these keys right here. And then again, you can change your speed and your incline with the buttons below. But for choosing your program, you want to use these buttons to navigate the screen. The S77 has 6 pre-programmed workouts in here. There's also 2 that you can customize, and then 2 that are based off of your heart rate and what target heart rate you'd like to be at. All you really do is you select your workout, so we'll say cardio. And then you input your age, your weight, the time you'd like to exercise for, and the max speed you'd like to go to. So you can adjust all of these with these arrows here, hit enter, and then you start your workout. The treadmill will automatically adjust just to give you a variance in speed, and you'll build up to your max speed eventually. The same goes for strength, hill training, fat burn interval. You input the same data, and then the treadmill will kind of just adjust for you and give you a workout based on the data you've input. When you are wearing this heart rate monitor, you get a really accurate read of your calories burned because you have that real-time heart rate that you're achieving. So that's a great feature to have with this treadmill as well. While you're working out, it does display a good amount of data for you. It will display your current speed, your current incline, it'll display your current heart rate, it'll display the heart rate zone that you're in. It will also show you your progress on a standard track. And then it will also store all of this data for you if you have the SOLE Fitness app. So the SOLE Fitness app is what's put out by SOLE for their machines. They have it for their treadmills and their ellipticals. Looks a little bit like this. It will Bluetooth to your equipment. So you just turn that on and you find the equipment. There's the S77 and connect. Okay, that beep means we're connected. So since we're connected, it's actually, one of the problems with the app is that it's really difficult to go between controlling the treadmill from your phone and controlling the treadmill from your treadmill. So you actually can't do this stuff. You have to do all of it here. So we can select our workout, and let's see, we did a heart rate 2. That'll tell us we need our heart rate monitor on. We don't want to do that. We'll go to strength. You set your time for 10 minutes, you push begin, and you'll see this is your workout. So it's going to change your incline a little bit as you go. That's really it. You can take this outdoors. It has GPS in it, so it'll track your mileage outside. But it stores all of that data together, which, even though it's a very, very, very basic app, that is a really great tool to have when you're trying to meet any kind of goal, is just to be able to track your progress in one place. You get a really good readout of your strengths and weaknesses, and you just kind of know where to go from there a lot better if you can see it all compiled together. That's what we've got for the S77 fitness, entertainment, program availability, technology. It's very, very basic, which is great for some users. If you're looking for more technology, more programs, more options, more versatility, there are different treadmills you should be looking at other than the S77. Okay, so we're gonna turn this treadmill on, and then I'm gonna walk, and you'll see the incline increase to 15%. You can see how it raises on the bottom. It's actually very quiet as it goes up and down. The treadmill altogether is a very quiet treadmill, which is great, especially for something with a 4.0 CHP motor. So a large motor, a large running surface, a sturdy belt, a sturdy treadmill. It's just incredibly quiet, which is a great feature. After we hit 15%, we'll go back down to 0 and turn up the speed a little bit so you can get a sound for the treadmill at a running pace. So we'll go with a manual workout. We've got our age input, weight input, and then we have to set our time. We'll just do 15 minutes and then enter. Start your workout. 3, 2, 1, go. So it gives you a countdown before you start going. It starts us off at a half mile speed. We'll just increase that to a 2 miles per hour. And then we will set the incline to 15%. And again, this treadmill doesn't have a decline feature, so it's just 0 to 15% with a max speed of 12 miles per hour. You can adjust your incline and speed here. You can actually adjust your incline and speed here, and then you can also adjust it here on the handrails. So this is our 15% max. Now we'll take it back to a 0. You actually have to hit the 1 incline, and then bring your incline down with one of these toggles here to the 0. So you can't just jump to 0. Okay, now that we're at a 0, we'll just increase the speed for a little bit, and you can listen to the output, the noise output, and then also see the cushioning in the decks. In the deck, it does say it offers like or it reduces 40% of your impact on their website. So you'll probably be able to see the deck move a little bit. So that's increased to 5 miles per hour. So go ahead and stop. Do also want to show you guys, it says with your workout summary, so you have the info we talked about with the display while you're working out, but then once you're done, you get a little bit more info. So you get your time, distance, calories burned, the laps, number of laps you ran around the track, your vertical gain, your average speed that you maintained, your average incline maintained, your average running pace, and your average pulse. So you get a little bit more info at the end of your workout, and that's great because that's gonna take all of it and store it in your SOLE Fitness app, so you get to see that much more data. Hopefully you noticed how quiet this treadmill was. Again, it gets 4 stars because it's so huge and sturdy and strong and reliable and quiet. It's a great treadmill. So our bottom line review at treadmillreviews.com for the SOLE F77, again, we give it 4 stars. It's a great treadmill. It is so strong and durable. It's gonna be a great option for anyone worried about the weight capacity. It has that 4.0 CHP motor, so it can compete with many higher end treadmills in durability. But the tech side of it is really basic and limited. So that is something to consider. But even with that limited tech ability, and the smaller option of pre-installed workouts, you can still get plenty of long-term use out of this treadmill, and the durability and build quality of it really gives it that 4-star rating. If you want to read the full review, you can go onto our website, and we have a detailed review with images. You could see more about how this treadmill works in writing, and check out the website.